The first rays of sunlight bathed the African savanna in a warm glow. The air was still and heavy with the scent of dew-laden grass. It was a new day, a day for survival. A female cheetah, sleek and powerful, emerged from her den, her lithe body a symphony of muscle and grace. 3 tiny cubs, barely bigger than house cats, huddled together in the tall grasses, their small meows a chorus of hunger. The mother cheetah licked each one tenderly, her golden eyes filled with a fierce love. She had to leave them, to hunt for their survival. Leaving them was always the hardest part. The cheetah moved like a phantom, her spotted coat blending seamlessly with the dappled shadows of the savanna. Each step was deliberate, each movement calculated. Her keen eyes, honed by generations of hunting instinct, scanned the vast expanse of grasslands. She could smell the scent of grazing animals in the distance, zebra, wildebeest, and a large herd of Thompson's gazelles. Her gaze locked onto the gazelles, her hunter's instinct kicking in. They were her best chance for a successful hunt, and her cubs depended on her success. The cheetah moved with increased urgency, her belly close to the ground. She was a patient hunter, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. The wind whispered through the tall grasses, carrying the scent of the gazelles closer. The herd, unaware of the danger lurking in the shadows, grazed peacefully on the lush vegetation. The cheetah crouched low, her powerful muscles coiled tight, ready to unleash their explosive energy. Her gaze zeroed in on a young gazelle, separated slightly from the rest of the herd. It was small, vulnerable, an easy target. The cheetah tensed, her tail twitching back and forth in anticipation. The wind shifted, carrying her scent away from the unsuspecting gazelle. It was now or never. With a burst of incredible speed, the cheetah exploded from her hiding place. She was a blur of motion, her powerful legs propelling her forward with astonishing force. The startled gazelle leapt into action, its own survival instincts kicking in. A desperate race for life began. The chase was short, brutal, and decisive. The cheetah's superior speed proved too much for the young gazelle. She lunged, her claws extended, and brought the gazelle down in a cloud of dust. Panting heavily, she stood over her kill, a mixture of exhaustion and exhilaration coursing through her body. She had survived another hunt, but her cubs were never far from her mind. She had to get back to them. Dragging the gazelle behind her, the cheetah started the long journey back to her den. Her muscles ached with fatigue, but she pushed herself onward, her maternal instincts urging her on. As she neared the spot where she had left her cubs, a sense of unease washed over her. The air was strangely silent, devoid of the usual sounds of the savannah. Her cubs should have been there, greeting her with their playful meows. Panic surged through her as she frantically searched for any sign of her offspring. The ground was littered with the scattered remains of her cubs, their tiny bodies torn and broken. The unmistakable scent of hyena lingered in the air. The cheetah let out a mournful cry, a primal scream of grief and despair that echoed across the silent savannah. Her world, her purpose, had been shattered in an instant. She was alone. Yet even in the face of such devastating loss, the will to survive burned bright. The sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the savannah. The cheetah, her body racked with grief, slowly rose to her feet. She had to keep moving. She had to survive. It was the law of the savannah, the brutal and unforgiving cycle of life and death.